guys, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is going to be a Q&A. We have a cat.
You ready? Alright, start the video.
So today's video is going to be a Q&A session. I posted a picture on Instagram a couple weeks back and we're finally sitting down to answer your questions. So we're just going to jump right into it. Alright, question number 1. What was the first step to starting the business? Did the ideas come to you first, or did you jump in and put a call out for clients?
So the first step in starting our business was actually calling home and basically getting reassurance from family that this is the right move. So we both worked at 24 Hour Fitness, which is a big corporate gym across the country. There's a ton of them in California, which is where we were at the time. So we were more worried about making rent and taking care of what we had to take care of. So we called home just for some quick reassurance that, you know, we're making the right choice, and they told us we're young, we have no obligations right now. You know, if you're gonna do it at all, now is the time, and thank God we did. So the next week we jumped out, and the first thing that we did to start this was just a boot camp. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Meetup, but that site's a lot bigger out west because there's a lot of things you can do outdoors, so you just set up a group. So that's what we did, we set up a group, and that was basically our call out for clients, and we had, I don't know, 5 at our first boot camp, then it was 10, 15, I think. Right around 15 we maintained for the majority of it. We
didn't start online, so like what we do now, it's all online training, but before we kind of started just in person, and then we decided to switch to online once we moved back home to Connecticut. We still wanted to keep in touch with some of our San Diego clients, and then it kind of just blossomed from there.
So the progression of where we started and came from was with that boot camp. That's where we had like the mass following, and we brought in as many people as we could, did a bunch of promotions to get them to the boot camp. From there we found our personal training clients, and then when we moved back to Connecticut is when we held on to a few of those personal training clients and stuck with them for online training, and that was our niche, and it kind of grew from there.
Question 2. Do you guys work out together, or do you prefer to live separate? How about cooking together? So we'll go to the gym together, but we'll kind of do our own thing. I personally really just like being in the zone and being by myself. Like, even I really don't like to work out with anyone, no offense. But he's the same way. We both kind of just do our own thing, and it's fine. Cooking together, we do make food together.
We don't, I hate cooking.
No, like, alright, so I'll make the food and he'll eat it. But we don't really cook together per se. It's very rare to see him in the kitchen cooking. Any ideas of kids at some point in the future? How do you think that change in your lives will impact your training schedule?
We've agreed on like 15 years from now, we'll start a family.
We already have a kid.
Out of the way.
We have a baby.
15 to 17
You're our baby. Come here. This is our baby. In the next couple of years, we do want kids.
Did you say the next couple of years?
Yes. Before 30. Or maybe like right at 30. We're 26 right now. I'll be 27 in like a month.
You're old as shit.
Do you and your husband eat the same meals you prep? And if you don't, how do you manage living together and eating different meals? I always try to make healthy meals, but although my husband lifts, he doesn't like most healthy foods, which makes it hard for me to stay on track. We kind of from the get-go did our own thing with nutrition. Like, we would eat some of the same stuff, and we still do, but we kind of make our own meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then like on occasion we'll make dinner and have a nice sit-down dinner together, but we're always working, we're always doing something, so it's just easier for us to be on our own schedules. That's what works for us.
We'll meal prep like the bulk of something that we're both gonna eat. So if we're both having a ton of chicken, we'll prep like 5 pounds of chicken, throw it in the Tupperware, sliced up fruit. It's just the easy stuff. That's the staple of what we eat. So we all have it to kind of grab and go as we need.
And we're gonna do a full day of eating man versus woman tomorrow, so you guys can stay tuned for Careful! So we're gonna do a full day of eating man versus woman tomorrow, I think. So you guys will see kind of how we go about eating throughout the day. Client work can quickly bleed into all hours of the day. What steps do you take to create boundaries? It's hard right now because we're still growing and trying to evolve our business, so we are spending a lot of time working and a lot of time on the computer and a lot of time getting content out. but we do, like on the weekends, it's a bit slower. We try to stack our client work throughout the weekdays, and then the weekends we take some time to ourselves. So we'll watch a movie or go to dinner or go to one of our parents' houses. And yeah, it's hard. We're not that great at it right now, especially me, but it's something that we're trying to work on and figure out as our business continues to grow. Best tips for cutting?
I think the best tip overall is just getting the right mindset for it. There's times where it's gonna suck. There's times where you're gonna go somewhere and you're gonna want to eat certain foods with your friends or your family or wherever you're at. But knowing that could be a potential setback, not that you can't have certain foods, but if you're doing this once or twice a week, every single week, you're gonna be at the same weight. You're not gonna lose weight. So the best tip is to tell yourself there's gonna be times when it's hard, when you're not in a schedule, when you're home, when you have all that free time, you're gonna want to snack, you're gonna want to go do something. So just reminding yourself that you have a certain goal, reminding yourself of your why you're doing this, it makes a huge difference. And then as far as the specifics, the best tips for cutting, make sure you're in a deficit. So if you're tracking your calories for a couple weeks and you're maintaining that weight, those are your maintenance calories, then you have to reduce the calories. So 250 calories below that maintenance is a good place to start, just to kind of get your feet wet. You can be as aggressive as 500 calories, but
start slow and ease your way into it. How do you best support each other through different hurdles of each other's fitness journeys? Example, injuries, emotions, health issues, etc. So a good example of this is a couple weeks ago when I tweaked something while I was deadlifting. We were both at the gym. I told you guys about it if you followed me on Instagram. I don't know what happened. My form was totally fine. I just tweaked something in my lower back and I felt it pop immediately. So I texted Josh, even though he was
10 feet away,
right across the room, and I told him what happened, and he kind of just told me, you know, what'd you say to me? Well, are you walking right now? And I said yes. And he said, shake it off. So it's.
You just say shake it off.
Yeah.
I told you not to continue the bent over movements, keep everything supported the rest of the way. Another good example of that was when she was kind of transitioning out of powerlifting. So she felt like she couldn't do this stuff on her own, if she even wanted to continue powerlifting at all, and just kind of reassuring her that she doesn't give herself enough credit. A lot of this stuff she can do on her own, and she has done on her own, and the ways she's progressed are the majority because of how hard she works and the amount of time she puts in behind the scenes and taking care of her body and researching the best way to do things. So just kind of reminding each other that we're not set in one sort of path. Just like we tell our clients, you don't have to be a powerlifter your whole life, you don't have to be a bodybuilder, you can just do things that you enjoy. The main purpose is to look good, feel good, and just live the best life you can possibly live. So as long as you're progressing in those goals, you can change them all the time. Just make sure that you're staying healthy and you're doing what you enjoy.
How do you balance social media or vlogs with your social life and marriage? We don't really vlog a lot like how other people vlog. We don't vlog like our entire day every single day. So that part is easy. Like today we're just sitting down and recording a couple of videos.
This really just became a full-time gig recently. So within a couple months we were still both balancing full-time jobs with this on the side. So as this does become a full-time business, which it entirely is right now, we're gonna start planning things separately. So we're talking about getting certain things out at certain times and mass producing some and then having time to spread them out as we post them. So getting the schedule down is still part of the learning process because we are still relatively new full-time, but
I feel like now we have more time to do all this stuff, whereas before when we were both working 9 to 5 jobs and then coming home and doing all this, it was getting stressful. So it's almost a little bit less, I don't want to say it's less stressful, but it
has our full attention and full effort at this point.
Right. Any tips for someone who loves workout classes and having a routine where you're told and shown what to do? I can't push myself as hard on my own and I'm really unfamiliar with lifting.
I think we're lucky in a lot of aspects of life right now because there's so much information readily available to you. So I think I saw something about some lady learn how to build a house on YouTube. Like you can literally do anything. The internet has so much stuff from so many reputable sources. As long as you're following the right ones, you can literally learn how to do anything. There's step-by-steps. They'll break everything down for you. They'll teach you everything. And that's also kind of what we're here for. So we're doing the same things. If you're trying to learn how to transition from classes into doing things on your own, that's what's kind of great about online coaching is you're getting the personal training aspect of someone working directly with you, telling you, giving you the cues, telling you exactly how to do a movement, giving you progressions for those movements. So start with this, progress to this, and then you're eventually in the full movement.
Also, we provide that routine aspect of it, so you're not thinking about what you're gonna do when you walk in the gym that day. We have everything laid out. Your program is totally created for you specifically, so there's no confusion as to what you're doing in the gym. What is your favorite part about coaching others? What are 3 of your favorite shoulder exercises? Lastly, out of all your hikes, which hike has been the most memorable for you? All right, first question, what is your favorite part about coaching others? For me, it's just getting that feedback back from our clients saying that we're changing their lives, we're improving their lives in some way, they're so much happier and healthier, and just getting that back from someone, knowing that you helped them get there, is an unbelievable feeling.
Kind of piggybacking on that, obviously we love seeing the physical transformations, but we have so many clients who even in just the maintenance phase have a completely new relationship with food. They didn't know how to eat before, and they're eating so many more calories now and maintaining good physique, and they're getting stronger. We have clients hitting PRs every single week, so just even on a computer screen, feeling how excited they are every single week, it makes our job so much easier.
What are 3 of your favorite shoulder exercises? Anything overhead, honestly, is going to help your shoulders grow a lot, at least for me. Once I started doing a lot of overhead work with my Olympic lifting, my shoulders like popped out, and then I continued that with bodybuilding, so I would say military press, push press, and lateral raises.
Barbell standing, overhead press, strict press, and then the basics. I like lateral raises and upright rows. I get the best pump. I notice the most progression in my shoulders when I'm incorporating those consistently in my routine, constantly changing the acute variables with the sets and the reps, but those 3 are always a staple in my routine.
Out of all of your hikes, which hike has been the most memorable for you? Definitely the New Hampshire one we did in October.
Franconia?
Yeah, so it was Mount Lafayette in New Hampshire. I'll put a few pictures up here for you guys to see. It was awesome, and we did it at the end of the season, so it was a little bit colder, but I would definitely do that one again. How do you feel about a 5x5 style program? Is there a middle ground between lifting for strength gains and lifting for muscle gains?
I think you can definitely incorporate a 5x5 and incorporate strength and muscle. I don't think you should be staying in the 5x5 every single month, so your body gets used to certain routines. And just like bodybuilding, you can't do the same thing over and over and expect different results. So if you're trying to get size and strength, I know power building, the term has kind of caught on recently, but it's basically the same concept of focusing on those big 3 lifts in lower rep ranges and higher sets to keep the volume higher, but also incorporating bodybuilding accessory movements. So I wouldn't stick with the 5x5 throughout. It definitely has its place, but you should be staggering that, 1 through 5. Certain months, certain blocks are 5 reps, 4 reps, 3 reps, 2 reps, or 1 rep. Just making sure you're progressing at those different rep ranges to increase your strength, while also having enough bodybuilding accessory movements to stimulate muscle growth.
Last question, how many ab workouts per week? We don't do like full-blown ab workouts. We'll add 1 or 2 exercises in a couple times a week, but the compound lifts are going to train your core very well, and then you can include maybe 1 or 2 at the end of your workout just to hit your core a little bit more to increase the strength there.
If I have some extra time at the end of a workout and I want to get something in or get a good ab burn, I'll throw it into it, but it's typically 1 or 2 days a week tops. Not completely necessary to do more than that. We have some clients who will get a new program and they're like, well, my goal was get better abs. Why don't I have abs every other day, or whatever the case is? And you're not getting abs by doing abs. You're getting abs by losing weight and exposing your abs. So your abs are there. You can make them a little bigger, a little stronger, but they're already there. You just got to dig them up. So it's not as critical to pound them all the time.
And that wraps up our Q&A. So hopefully this was interesting for you guys to watch. As always, if you have questions, comment them, email us. And like I said, we're going to film our full day of eating tomorrow, which will be up next week. So thank you guys for watching. We will see you in the next video. Bye.
It was a little more than part-time.